Hi everyone, my name is Denise Coughlan, owner of Resolute Pilates and Wellness Studio. So I'm coming back to you today with another mat work sequence, which you can also do lying down from on your bed. And if you are unsure of any of the movements, make sure that you don't do anything that you feel uncomfortable with. If you've got an injury or illness, that you may need to get some medical clearance first off your GP or physio before taking part in these exercises. So for today's workout, if you have some kind of a strap, a belt, a scarf, anything that's fairly long that you can use to help support during the movement, and a pillow as well if you need to use it for underneath the head. It's not necessary, but if you just want to make yourself a little bit more comfortable, you can. Okay, so we're going to leave all those things close by to you. And again, as I said, just make sure you feel comfortable when you're doing these movements. So we're going to bring yourself down onto your stronger side, and then bring yourself comfortably down onto your mat. And if you want to, you can use something underneath your head, just for that extra little bit of comfort and support on the neck. And we're going to come into your neutral posture check lying down. So we're going to bring both legs into your bent leg position, feet and knees in line with your hips. We're going to come up to the base of the lower part of the spine, a very gentle curve into the base of the back, neutral position. I want you to visualize your belly button ever so gently drawn towards the base of the spine, so the connection through the core. Visualize the rib cage expanding and contracting as you breathe, inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. Allowing your shoulders to rest and keeping your head in line with your spine, whether it's completely flat or using something to support the neck. Relax the arms. Relax your shoulders, and let's take it into that breath, inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. Breathing in through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. So we're going to start off on the base of the lower part of the spine, some pelvic tilts. We're going to exhale, gently roll the spine towards the direction of your mat, and then release. So this is lumbar spine, lower back. Exhale very gently, don't force it down. And inhaling to release. Okay, so it's just a very, very gentle movement. Try not to lift the hips. Try not to press down too hard into your feet. Let the legs relax. And we're going to do one more time. And then releasing back to your starting position. We're going to slide one leg away from you as you exhale. And inhale, slide the leg back in slowly. Exhale, opposite leg. And inhale, coming back in slowly. So if you want to flex the toes back towards you, push through the heel. That will give you a little bit of extra mobility and stretch into the calf and the ankle. Nice stretch. So you're mobilizing through that knee and hip. Nice length and stretch. Taking your time. And let's do 2 more times. And 1 more time. And coming back to your starting position. We're going to have your 2 feet and your knees together for the next one. If you want to, you could use your pillows on either side of the legs. So as you roll over, you can let the legs rest on the pillow. Or you could use your hands just to help guide the leg or legs to both sides. So this is rotation through the thoracic area of the spine. So you can use 1 or 2 cushions or no cushions. You want to make sure that the head and the shoulders are staying centered, so you're looking straight up towards the ceiling, and very, very slowly rolling over and back to the center. Okay, you want to press the legs together, keep the legs active. Let's do 2 more times, just at your own pace. You're in control of the movements. 1 more time. And then coming back to the center again slowly. So we're going to bring your feet back to hip distance, very close to the back of the legs. If you've something underneath your head, just slide it away. And we're going to try and roll those hips a little bit higher off the mat. And roll it back down slowly. So hip rolls. Pressing into the feet, we're going to try and lift the hips as high as you can. And rolling it back down slowly. We want to visualize connecting or contracting the backs of your legs and your bum. As you roll up, make sure you're not putting pressure on your neck or your shoulders. Good. So if you're lying down on the bed, you'll probably find that you're going to be sinking into your mattress on this one. Especially when you get the hips up quite high, the feet will press down. So just do wherever you feel comfortable. Always in control of the movement. And then coming back down slowly. And releasing the spine. So if you wanted to use something underneath your head again, you can. We're going to reach the 2 arms up towards the ceiling. And we're going to start to roll the shoulders around. Arm circles or shoulder circles. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. Go as wide or small as you want to. You can go fingertips to the shoulders if you want to. And then we're going to change directions. So the same thing in reverse. So again, you can keep your fingertips to the shoulders, or you can go straight arm position. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. Okay? And then releasing down slowly. Letting your arms, your neck and your shoulders relax. So head nods. We're going to inhale, look down, look towards the direction of your legs or your chest. And then exhale, looking back up towards the ceiling again. Inhale, looking down. And exhale, looking towards the ceiling. So you don't want to raise the head, okay? Your head stays on the mat. And it's just trying to lengthen into the neck, the cervical spine. So don't do anything that you feel uncomfortable with, anything that you feel any strain or pull. And then back to the center again slowly. We're going to look over one shoulder. And then coming back into the center again slowly. Same thing on the opposite side. And then coming back into the center again slowly. Nice and controlled, your own range of movement, a little bit of rotation. Okay, 2 more times. 1 more time. And then back to the center again slowly. Okay, so we're going to start off with the leg slides that we did earlier on in the warm-up, but we're also going to try and make it harder. If you want to, you can use your strap or your whatever you have to hand. So we're going to exhale, slide the leg away from you. And inhale, coming back in slowly. We're going to stay on one leg. Exhale. And inhale. Okay, so we're not alternating on this one. So this is the easier version of the movement. One leg down, stretching and bending, and the other leg is staying bent. So you can stay on that one. If you want to make it harder, we're going to pick the same leg up into what we call a single leg tabletop position. You can use your strap, your scarf, whatever you have behind the back of the leg, and just using the arms to help stretch and bend the leg away. Okay, so that will just take a little bit of pressure off the back, and it's a little bit of pressure off the leg, so it's not doing so much of the work. The arms are doing a little bit more of the work there for you. Okay, so you can do it that way. Bending and stretching the arms. Try and let the leg do as much of the work as you can so we're not overloading the arms. And then the harder one then is to take the strap away or your scarf and just let the leg do the work then. So this is going to really work through the hip. You're going to feel it on the top of that leg, the quad area. Okay, so we're still on the same leg. Exhale. And inhale. You can still do it in a flexed toe position, pushing through the heel. And one more time. And then placing the leg down slowly. Okay, so you have a couple of different options on that one. We're going to change legs. We'll start off with the easier one, work our way up. So we're going to exhale, stretch the other leg away from you. And inhale, slide it back in. Your other leg is in line with your hip. Coming back in slowly. Exhale. And inhale. Okay, so if anyone wants to go with the harder level up, using your strap or your scarf, you don't have to use anything, behind the back of the leg, and then you're using the arms then to help guide the leg in and out. Neck and shoulders relaxed. Remember, you can still use something underneath your head, supporting the neck. And remember, you don't need to use anything if you want to work that little bit more of a challenge into the leg. So because both sides can be different, you can use the strap on one side or your scarf, your belt on one side and not on the other side. So you don't have to repeat exactly the same thing on both sides. So you can change it around. Okay, so you should be really starting to feel that one. And we're going to do one more time. And then coming back to starting position and down slowly. Okay, so we're going to come into a little bit of a hip release or hip circle, one leg circle. We're going to stay on one leg, we're going to go on the opposite leg, and I'm going to show you this one then with and without the... So we're going to start off without the strap, with the leg on the ground. We're going to stay on that one leg. We're going to take one leg to the side, don't let the other leg move. Slide the leg away in a straight line down from your hip and bring the leg back into the center, back to your starting position. Out to the side on the same leg. Imagine a straight line running down, and we're going to slide the leg down that straight line, bring it back into the center and sliding in slowly. So it's a hip release. Okay? This one we're going to try and challenge the pelvic stability because we're moving one leg but we're not moving the other leg. And you want to make sure that both hips are in line, they're not swaying from side to side. So that way is the easier-ish way. It's still hard, but if you want to make it a little bit more challenging and you need to use the strap as a little bit of support, take it behind the back of the leg and lift that leg into the tabletop position. You can use the strap in one hand, two hands, whatever way you feel comfortable. Same movement. And we're going to draw circles around. So because the leg is raised off the ground, you don't have to go all the way down with the stretch like the other position. And then obviously then the harder one again is to take the strap away. And we're just drawing circles around in one direction. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. So we're going to do that in the opposite direction. So if your leg is in the air, you're just changing direction with the circles. And the same if you're using the strap. And if your foot is on the ground, we just take the leg to a straight leg position, turn the knee away, and coming back into your starting position. Okay, so you can stay with whatever version of that one you feel comfortable with. You may feel clicks, a little bit clicky around the hip. That would be normal, and sometimes you can feel a little bit clicky into the lower back as well. Again, it's sensations that people would generally feel because of that rotation, but it shouldn't be painful or uncomfortable. So you can make your circle smaller so it's not so wide, or don't do the movement at all, okay? So you're in control of the movement. You know your own body. 2 more times. 1 more time. Remember, you can do it with the leg raised. And back to your starting position, down slowly. Okay, so we're going to do that on the other side. So you can choose to go straight up to the tabletop position, with or without the strap behind the leg. And we're going to go into that circle. So I'll go through each of the movements to show you how to do them. So we're going to take the knee out to the side, if you have the leg on the ground, and back through the hip to your starting position. Knee to the side, out to stretch, and coming back through to the center. So if you just imagine a straight line running down the side of that leg, okay, you're going to try and slide your leg up and down that line so your leg isn't pushing out to the side of your mat. It stays directly in line with your hip. So you can stay on that one, or you can use your strap, your scarf, your belt, 1 or 2 hands, it's up to you, or without the strap, okay, whatever you feel comfortable with. And as I said earlier on in one of the videos, or in this video as well, if you find that you can do something different on both sides, so you might have the leg up on one side and not up on the second side, so you can do that. Make sure the other leg is not swaying. Don't want to go too wide where you feel like you're falling over. And then we're going to pause and change direction. So by changing direction, it also changes how the movement feels. So you might change direction but change the movement slightly. So you might need to go down onto the ground for this direction. So you slide the leg down to straight leg, rotating through the knee and the hip and coming back to your starting position. Okay, so that's if you've got your foot down on the ground. You can use the strap, guide the leg around, or without the strap then, so the leg is doing all the work without any support. And it really works through the hips, inner outer thighs, mobilizing the hips, strengthening the back and pelvis, and then releasing down slowly. Okay, so you should have felt that one. It is quite a hard one. So we need to just give it a little bit of a stretch. So if you can, 2 feet touching together. You can use your hands to help so the legs don't fall too wide. We're just going to open the knees, feet together, and opening out through the pelvis. Don't force it down. Gravity will take the stretch and it will help stretch it without having to push it down. Breathing in through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. And 1 more breath. And then coming back into your starting position. Bringing the feet together or back to hip distance again. We're going to take a hold of your scarf, your belt, your strap, whatever you have. And if it's quite long like this one, you can fold it in half. And we're going to reach it up towards the ceiling. So your hands are just shoulder width apart, holding on between your index finger and your thumb. And we're going to reach the 2 arms back behind you. So it's a little bit of extension through the spine. And then the arms coming back up towards the ceiling again. We're going to inhale to take it to the stretch. And then exhale, coming back up to your starting position. Inhale. And exhale. Just a little bit of work through the upper back, shoulders. It's a little bit of a stretch opening out through the chest as well when the arms go back. You want to keep your feet and your knees in line with your hips. That gentle curve in the spine. Neutral. Gentle connection through the core, belly button to back, very gently as you breathe. And let's do 2 more times. extending through the spine. And last one. And back to your starting position. Okay, so we're going to add in a little bit of an extra stretch through the hips and thighs coming out of this bent leg position. So what we're going to try and do is to take one leg stretch down onto your mat, second leg stretch down onto your mat, reach to full body stretch, take the arms back in slowly, and then take one leg back in, and then the second leg back in. One leg out, second leg out, full extension through the spine, arms back up towards the ceiling, and one leg back in, and second leg back in. Okay, so there's a lot of sequence there, so you don't need to focus on whether it's an inhale or an exhale. Just breathe, don't hold your breath. So one leg stretched, second leg stretched. Bring it to a full overhead stretch. Arms back up towards the ceiling. Slide the leg back in. And the second leg back in. Let's do that 2 more times. Reach the leg away. Reach the leg away. Lengthening through the stretch. Arms back up towards the ceiling. Take the leg in. And the second leg in. Let's do that 1 more time. Sliding through the stretch. Sliding through the stretch. Reaching the arms. Coming back in. Take the leg in. And take the leg in. And relax the arms down slowly. Okay, so well done. We're going to do 1 more movement and then take it into a little bit of a breathing sequence. So this one is called the scissors. Very challenging one. So if you want to start off, use the strap first of all. So we're going to stay behind one leg. Take it behind the back of one leg. Like what we did earlier on. Okay, so we're holding on to with both hands, one strap on each side. And what we're trying to do is to pick the leg up into your tabletop position. Bend the elbows to help pick the leg up. And then without completely placing your foot back down to rest, we're just going to tap the ground or tap the mat, tap your mattress, whatever you're lying on. And we're just trying to lower and lift. Okay, so you're not completely letting it rest. So you're trying to lift your foot so it's a little bit higher or in line with your knee and bringing that knee up to the ceiling. Now if you want to deepen the stretch a little bit into the lower back, be very careful on this one. Just take that knee in a little bit closer to your chest, so it's a little bit more in towards you. You feel that coming into the lower back and into the back of the leg. Don't let your foot drop, okay, so your foot is quite high. And it's the same thing. Exhale, inhale. Okay, or don't worry if you get confused with the breath. Neck and shoulders relaxed, because if you are doing a lot of the work through the arms, your arms and shoulders are going to get tight, so try and relax them as much as you can. And then again, if you want to make it harder, you can do a few with the strap, a few without. You can try that without using any assistance. Okay, so that's a lot more challenging when you're not using anything. It's really working into the hip and thigh. You could use your hands just to help guide the leg down. It's probably easier with the strap though if you feel that you need that extra little bit of support. 2 more times. Nice and slow. 1 more time. Really feel that on the hips and thighs and then relax it down slowly. Okay, so we're going to try that on the other side. With or without the strap, or as I said, one side might be different. You might need to use the strap on one side, not both. And we're going to pick the leg up. Exhale, lowering down. And inhale, picking up. Okay, so you can bring it into a little bit of a deeper stretch by bringing that knee in closer to the chest. Just make sure that it's not putting pressure on your back, but you will feel the stretch coming into that area. You're going to feel it on the arms if they're doing a lot of the work, so if you can, just let the legs take over a little bit, so you're not pulling too much on the arms unless you need to. And then again, take that strap away if you want to make the legs do most of the work or all of the work. We're still working through the hip, through the core. Good. Opposite leg staying relaxed in line with your hip. And let's do 2 more times. Exhale, going down. Inhale, coming up. 1 more time. And then releasing down slowly. Well done. So we're just going to do a little bit of a stretch. We're going to reach the legs away from you. And if you want to go overhead with the arms, you can. Just opening out through the hips, opening out through the stretch, staying with the breath. And then taking it back in slowly, or stay with the straight legs. You can roll over onto your side if you want to, and relaxing the arms down slowly by your sides. So we're going to take it into that breathing sequence, just as a little bit of relaxation towards the end. So we're going to start off with a 5-second breath, work it up to 10, 10 back to 5, and trying not to force the breath. So we're going to start off on the 5-second breath. Breathing in 2, 3, 4, 5, and breathing out 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathing in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathing in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Breathing in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathing in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Breathing in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. In 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. In 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And back to in 2, 3, 4, 5. And out 2, 3, 4, 5. And staying with the breath somewhere between 5 and 10. Expanding and contracting the rib cage as you breathe. Lateral thoracic breathing. Just allowing your body to rest into your mat, into your mattress, whatever you're lying on. No tension in the neck. No tension in the shoulders. Relaxing the arms, the legs, the back. And then we're going to start bringing the awareness back into the room. You can start to stretch or wiggle your fingers, your toes. You can take it into a bit of a stretch with the arms going over the head, stretching through the legs. You can bend the legs. Anything that just brings the awareness back into the room. And if you have the eyes closed, you can open the eyes again slowly. And then very slowly, if you are coming back up to seated position, you can stay lying down. You're going to bring yourself slowly over onto one side. And then slowly bringing yourself up into your seated position. would be a little bit, it would be normal to feel a little bit dizzy if you did come up a little bit too quickly. And then just bringing the spine into a nice long, tall, seated position. So well done! Again, I hope you enjoy all these videos that I'm doing for you, and you can scroll back through the previous videos for some seated and standing if you want to try and change it around, a little bit of variety each day or week. You don't need to stay with the same video each time. So I'll be coming back again with another new sequence of movements, and I shall see you all soon.